Hey everybody, it's Coffee with Mick. Frank and honest discussion about whatever I want to talk about in the morning. For those of you who've been following my vlogs, I've been big into my Star Trek bullshit again. Yeah. And getting big into Star Trek just reminds me of the concept of prestige television format in general. Or is it prestige format television? Whatever. Like, some people are complaining about Strange New Worlds being only having 10 episode seasons, similar to Discovery, the previous show. A previous show, I mean, pretty much the exact same show, but then they, made Pike the main character. Some people think he should have been the main character the entire time, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not saying the main captain from Discovery was bad. I'm sorry for saying the main captain. I only just got into that recently. I thought Strange New Worlds came first because it was Pike, but then, oh, that's the sequel to Discovery. That's okay. It's like a sequel to a prequel that's already a prequel. Weird. Yeah, but here's why I think 10 episodes is perfectly fine for a season of prestige format television. Every season of The Flash after season 4. Yeah, you thought this was just going to be a Star Trek episode. Nope, we're also talking about The Flash. See, Star Trek is a show that can handle having a crap ton of episodes because each season is usually is filled with a bunch of anthology episodes if you think about it, going to new planets, meeting new people, dealing with different situations. Sometimes you got Belana Torres and some nameless ensign given a case of the hornies, the Ponfar. We deal with that, and then it turns out, oh hey, it's the Borg. You can do that with something like Star Trek because it doesn't rely too much on special effects or specific characters or anything. The Flash, however, does need to rely more on special effects and action scenes because it's about a goddamn superhero who can move at the speed of light. Yeah. And so many of the later seasons kind of just felt lacking because the special effects got so bad. And some of the B plots where it's like, okay, yeah, like Joe's trying to make a Roomba. Can we go back to the superhero shit, please? Ugh. Seriously. Ugh. Oh boy, The Flash. Really glad the final season was actually good, but that fucking show. That fucking show. And all of us who went through all of the Arrowverse, minus Superman and Lois, and it's an Elseworld, it was a test of strength. A strength test. A testy strength test. Yes. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, like some shows that just they give them way too many episodes per season when the plot could easily just freaking resolved. We need to remind you of the Cicada arc from The Flash. That dude was the lamest villain ever, and yet it just kept on going on. Thankfully, he was just a pawn in a bigger Eobard Thawne scheme, but it's still really? Ugh. And almost negated the tragedy of losing Nora at the end. Almost. It was still pretty sad, but... Ugh. Yeah. A lot of problems with some prestige format shows. Just too many episodes, just stretching out the plot, especially on the CW. Doing more like Star Trek, where it's you'll have a reason for stretching out a season because, most of the plot isn't about the overarching plot, but about just going to planets and having a time. Maybe Odo gets a baby and then he eats a baby. It's all good, baby. Yeah. Be more like Star Trek, less like the CW Arrowverse, especially in the later years. Hope you take that advice to heart, TV writers and producers. And I also hope you have a morning.